Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Welcome to cloudy and overcast Winnipeg. There be no sunrise this morning to show you. But at least the weatherman isn't saying we're going to have rain. So he's saying that it might clear up today. Okay, enough about the weather. Yesterday we sprayed this part, if you will remember. And we were talking about, do I spray the green? Just let me carefully get this off of here. I got blue tack holding it on. And to get a little piece of blue tack off of something, you just use blue tack. Slick. Okay, now, yes, there's no doubt about it. If I was to spray this green, it would probably have an overall smoother look, okay? However, I was thinking about the fact that it looks to me like I might be able to do a better job of keeping the paint on the inside of what appears to be a little upturned lip. You can see it on the drawing here, and if I put the macro lens on, you'll be able to see it on here. If I use a brush. At least that's the plan. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this somehow. Maybe I could use this piece of blue tack here, and just stick it on my rotator, and then I can turn it at the right angle, and I can put the macro lens on and move in fairly close. Not as close as we can get, because this thing's too big. If I move in as close as I can get to, and it'll stick out the field of view. Anyway, yeah, let's sort of get into that today. I don't have any news. I did get out on my bike yesterday afternoon. Had a nice little ride before the rain came, and the rain did come after I got back. Oh my goodness, I just have to go on and on and on, don't I? Okay, let's recompose here and paint this green and see how it goes. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to paint this surface using the rotator, and it's kind of hard to see because you're a ways back, but there's a bit of you might call it a lip here, all the way around the edge. I guess the idea being that stuff would not slide off onto the deck, anything round particularly, and you can see it on here as well. Now I'm going to do my overexposure thing again. Okay, now you can see it on the drawing here, but you will also notice that this little tiny short railing that goes all the way around is brown, whereas on this one that I sprayed yesterday, I did not get brown on the top. So I'm just wondering now, should I maybe try and touch the top of this with brown, and then work the green up to the edge? Here, let me get the exposure back to normal here. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little brush and just go along the top here and make that brown. And then I will push the paint up to the edge. Once again, we'll put the macro lens on and move right in. Okay, I'm realizing now that what I should have done is sprayed the entire thing with this brown. And this paint is fairly thinned out. And we're wanting the inside edge, trying to get it so that you can see it. Now this will shrink wrap. I know it's kind of heavy here. Oh my. should have maybe wiped this with blue tack, this blue tack residue off of there. You notice how it's kind of not going on too good? It's kind of beading. Yeah, there must be. Yeah, I am bad for that. I am really bad for that. Well, it will. I don't know what I'm going to do at this point because. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it there. I'm have to sort of. What I'm trying to do is just sort of clean the plastic, you might say. I think once this dries and it's covered with the green, you know, I think there's something's going to go in here where I'm touching right now. Yeah, this did not cover well, did it? Might take 2 coats. Okay, let's not mess with this. I'm just going to get the sides. Yeah, I did there. I basically got it here. Yeah, I should have soaked this this part in some kind of solvent and then dried it properly. But I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, let's kind of feather this out a little bit. It was kind of thick there. Okay, I might give this a second coat after. Okay, what I'm going to do now is probably spend about an hour or so editing everything up until right now and doing some other stuff. And that'll give this a chance to dry. Okay, we have our Mr. Hobby number 6 H6, and the hope is to just go just up to the edge there, but not actually go up and over it. It's going to be kind of hard to do here. Maybe if I was to drag the brush back like this. We are kind of getting it. Oh, I'm going up on the edge there. I thought I heard Missy the dog. Yeah, don't come now, Missy. I'm gonna have to give this 2 coats. This is where our friend Gabe's expertise in delicate painting like this would be really useful right now. Maybe I should get a little bit more on my brush. Oh, it's too much. I think I can use my very, very small brush to get up into the corners. well, one nice thing at arm's length, it's going to look good, isn't it? Okay, now I don't need to worry about spoiling anything by going over the edge. Okay, let's see if I can get rid of some of these bubbles here. Okay, oh, got bubbles going on up here for some reason. Oh, I think I made it worse. Okay, now you can see up in this corner here, but I'm afraid if I try to go up with this brush into that corner, well, why don't I get the little brush right now? It's always nice to be able to bleep out the dead spots. How about this corner here? Okay, and then this corner here, get some more on my brush. Well, okay, yeah, I think if I give the main surface a second coat later, it won't look quite so blotchy. I can see right here where I went up on the edge where I didn't want to go, but as I keep saying so many times, oh, there's a pretty good sized bubble there. Well, that didn't pop it, did it? Let's just rehydrate that area. Okay. You know, I don't know if it's my imagination, but this Mr. Hobby paint seems to be more susceptible to forming bubbles than the Tamiya. Now, maybe it's just my imagination, I don't know. But, no, let's leave it alone. Good morning, good morning.
Motorcycling day?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. It's I think it's clearing.
Oh, good.
At least it looks like it to me. I almost see blue sky up there.
Yeah. How was the night?
It was good. The tail is always going.
Yeah, she doesn't mind the close-ups, does she?
No. The one with the waggly tail.
Self-made celebrity.
Yeah.
My golly, Missy, I think you got it all.
Yeah.
Thanks, Uncle Ron. Oh, Uncle Ron, you're the best.
Is it my imagination or am I feeling mist?
Yep, you're feeling a little bit of rain. Yep.
Oh my goodness. So much for that blue sky.
Oh, well. It's supposed to be blue this afternoon, though. What a good dog.
You are a good dog. Yes, you are.
Every time it rains, she gets her coat washed. She gets all curly in the soft water.
That cookie must have been good. She's just licking her chops.
Oh, it was one of the great ones. Must have been beef.
I wonder what flavor she actually likes the best. I don't know which is which.
She likes beef for sure. There's chicken there and turkey and I think sausage.
Okay, I have given this its second coat. And there is one place right here that I'm almost touching right now where I went over onto the top of the, I guess you call it the ledge of this thing that goes all the way around. And I'm going to wait until the green dries. I think I did that when I was doing the first coat. And then I'm going to touch it up with the brown. Not that anybody's going to see it, but I just want to do it. We do have a little bit more painting to do here, like these wheels, for instance. They have to all be painted red. And but I think I'm going to wait for that, and we'll stick them on last. And I kind of have a, you might say, a hankering to drop some of these pieces in place here. Now these three large pieces here, they actually go on the sides of our desk that we made up here, or whatever that thing is. So we can't do that until the second coat is dry. So we'll be doing them last. Oh, you know what? Oh, I made a mistake here. You know, I should have glued this piece together before I painted it. Now I'm going to have to touch it up afterwards because the glue is going to. That was stupid. Why didn't I notice that? Oh, and here's another one. This one and this one. They should have been glued together. Oh my. Yeah. That was dumb. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and drop some of these pieces down. Like a lot of these are, you know, for instance, this one here. Where does it go? All right. Does it have any positioning? Yeah, it does. It has sort of a positioning slot there, you might call it, which probably, yes, it goes right here. You can see it. I'll put the macro lens on, or maybe the macro lens is overkill here. Let's just move in as close as we can get with our ordinary lens at 30 millimeter for those of you who are camera buffs. The lens that's on right now is a zoom lens. It goes from 24 millimeters to 30 millimeters. So it goes from super wide to just wide. Yeah, I like it because I can get it to focus nice and close, reasonably close. Okay, enough about lenses. Let's recompose here and glue this down. Okay, I have to make a bit of a correction here. I think I heard myself say that this lens goes from 24 millimeter to 30. I was thinking of my other lens that I use when I'm spraying that goes from 24 millimeter to 200. It has a nice zoom factor, you might say. And this lens actually goes all the way down to or widens out, you might say, to 14 millimeter, which on a full frame SLR, which this camera is, it takes in quite a bit over 100 degrees. It's not like a fisheye lens. I do have a fisheye lens. I don't use it very much anymore. I remember about 3 or 4 years ago, a viewer told me, he says, stop using that fisheye lens. But that's not why I haven't used it very much. I just don't feel like it. Okay, we'll soften that. And we will put some in here. Let's try not to drip any on our deck now. Okay. Alrighty. Where's Tony's tweezers? Here we go. It's almost down. I think now I can use my fingers. There we go. That's going to meld. I don't think we have to fasten this end down on anything. I'm just going to leave it loose. It's possible that later on this end is going to join up with something else. I don't know. We'll just let it lay there. Check the manual here. Is that how it's supposed to go? Yeah. Okay. Alrighty, let's put this piece down. Yeah, there's no reason why we can't do that. I'll just recompose a little bit here, or maybe I don't need to. Yeah, this is working. And just go all around the inside and let it sort of run down. Maybe I should have done a dry run. Okay, now. Does not seem to want to go. There, we got it. It's down. Okay. At least I think it's down. Check the other side here. Yeah, it's okay. It's too bad we're not going to see this detail, because the way we are going to be viewing this piece of decking is the way you're looking at it right now. So this detail that's on the other side here, yeah, that won't be seen. But that's the way it goes. That's the way with a lot of these models. I was watching somebody build a model of a bomber. I think it was I don't know if it was a Lancaster. Anyway, it doesn't matter. There's a huge amount of detail that's on the inside of the fuselage that you don't actually get to see later. But you have the fun of putting it together, you know, and I guess. Okay. Now, this ladder, it goes right there. I think maybe I'll do that last, or near the end, because it's going to be so easily snapped off. That's my thinking right now, anyway. Okay, what other pieces can we put on here? How about some of these pieces here? See if we can find them. There, each one of these pieces is distinctively different, except for these. There's two like this, and I think there's three like this. But these other pieces, each one is enough difference that I'm not going to be putting it in the wrong place, I hope. Okay, this piece here, as it turns out, I have painted it the wrong way up. And the reason I know that now is because it actually has to go on this piece right here. So that means I'm going to have to glue this in place. This was actually a positioning peg, and I thought it was a piece of detail, and it's supposed to go in well. I think I can get it to meld in. Well, the bottom line is that Why can't I get that? The old fingers just don't work like they used to. Nothing's working like it used to. Okay, yeah, I think that's going to fit in there once I get some extra thin in that hole and soften everything up. And then I will take the paintbrush and just paint the top of that. I wonder, is that supposed to be flat like that, or did I go and remove some detail? Let me check the manual here. No, it shows that it's flat. That's good news. Well, let's just get this out of the way. Get this out of the way. And see what we can do here. We'll soften the hole. Okay. Now, I think that this thing has to go, let's see, what orientation does this have to go? Well, I guess I can twist it afterwards. Okay, we'll soften the peg. Okay, it's going to go now for sure. Now, if we pick it up with the tweezers, there's less chance of me getting glue all over my fingers. But how do I turn this over now? I'm going to use different tweezers. There we go. Because these ones I can hold like this and turn this over like this. Okay, that should be in there. Now, which way does that go? Does it go square like this? Or does it go at a 45-degree angle? I think it goes square like that. So let's just check the manual. I should have done that first, right? Yeah, I got it right. Okay. You know, I've been a very bad influence on some of the other older gentlemen in this neighborhood. I saw a guy going past my window here a few minutes ago on a new bicycle. You know, that's how it starts. Next it'll be an e-bike. Then it'll be a little scooter. And next summer he'll be roaring around like a hooligan on a motorcycle. Okay. Yeah, I think we got that. See what I mean about the bubbles? You know, I was thinking after, I wonder if I was to use my blowtorch and just sort of quickly pass the flame over that, would that, that's a trick I used to use when I used to do like varathane. It would get bubbles and stuff like that. And especially the two-part acrylic, you know, like if you wanted to make a real thick acrylic, I can't think of the word. Anyway, in other words, it'd be like varathane or urethane, only about 50 times thicker. And it was a two-part epoxy type stuff. And it would get little bubbles on it. And I would take the flame from my blowtorch and just quickly pass it over the bubbles, and it would pop them. I wonder how that would work in a case like this. It's a thought, you know. Maybe some of you have done that. Okay, this battery pack weighs about 452 grams, whereas this one here, it only weighs 190, what does that say, 196 or something? 198? I can't read it at an angle, but I can read it in the screen. Okay, so some of you might remember that when I first got my GoPro, I was trying to make it run longer than the little battery that you know, that comes in the thing, which is this one right here. And it'll run for 45, 55 minutes, and then it runs out. So I was doing some experimenting using this, and I believe it was this cord here, and it was going fine for the longest time. I concluded that it would go until the memory card was full, which is just a little over 4 hours. Okay, so I thought, well, this is kind of heavy to have in my pocket, so I'll get a lighter one, which I did. And the lighter one is actually rated as having more of an output amperage than this one. And so I thought, well, that shouldn't be a problem. The only problem is my GoPro is about every other time I get it going using this battery here, it'll shut down on me, and then I'll get an error message next time I crank up the GoPro that says that your GoPro shut down the last time because it didn't have enough power. Whereas I never get that message with this one. Doesn't make any sense in a way. I mean, how much energy can this thing possibly use? But there's something about this. So I wasted my money on this. I think this is about 25 bucks. You know, it's not the end of the world, but it's 25 bucks that I could have put into model paint. Okay, so what I want to try to do here is get a system whereby I can use this larger battery on my helmet when the GoPro is mounted on my helmet, and get this cord in a nice safe place, because you know, you wouldn't want to fall off your motorcycle and the cord goes with the motorcycle and it's wrapped around your neck or some fool thing. Not that it's likely going to happen, but I mean, you know, I just want to make sure I do this safe. The reason I'm telling you that is because I just know I'm going to get a comment saying that's not safe. Okay, I'm getting cranky. Okay, yeah, I'm going to call her quits here. It's 12:30 already. I noticed a little while ago it looked like the sun was going to come out, even though this morning when I was out with Missy, it was kind of, all of a sudden it got kind of drizzly. And yeah, so, but it seems to be clearing up. So I'm going to hope to get out, and I want to try out whatever it is I rig up with this. Because every once in a while, I want to be out on the bike longer than what this little battery, where is it? Yeah, what this little battery is capable of handling. So, like when I went to the St. Andrews Airport, this worked. It worked all the way out there and all the way back. It was over an hour. I think it was about an hour and 45 minutes or something. You know, but then every once in a while it lets me down. So, whereas this always seems to work. So I've got to find another place maybe to put this, another pocket maybe, and the cord I'm using is longer. I did get this shorter cord. I could test and see if it's a case of this cord maybe just can't handle the amperage like a you don't suppose that there's some kind of a transistorized circuitry in this cord. So some of these cords actually have little tiny amplifiers and what have you in there. You believe it or not. I don't know if this is one of those. I thought this was just like hardwired right from the contacts of one to the contacts of the other, but who knows? Who knows? So I guess that's going to be it for today's episode. Thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.